everybody, and welcome to part 2 of my Buildcraft Spotlight. I'm Ethan from the EJ Modded Minecraft team, and let's get started. So in part 1, I left off with the quarry and saying how I was gonna show off some more machines this episode. Well, I definitely am. So, this area is looking a little not flat enough for me. So how about this? How about we take our landmarks that I showed you guys last time, and if you haven't watched part 1, you should really check it out. So let's say I want to clear out some land. So if I put that there and apply a redstone signal to it, and let's say we want to clear out to here. And I'm going to turn on creative. So then we stick another landmark right here. And if I go over here, sure, how about right here? If I can place one on top of a chest. Yeah, I didn't think so. So if I grab myself some stone, and then put that there, landmark on top, we should be good to go. Now turn off the redstone signal, break this lever, whoops, and create that little thing. So now what we're going to do is, rather than me transporting the power all the way over here, however much I would like to do it, I'm going to use something from a different mod called thermal expansion, which will probably be one of my next few spotlights. But let's do creative plus. It's called a redstone energy cell. It's actually a way to store this energy. You can hack them in full. So yeah, but next thing we're going to need is a filler. So I'm not going to show you much about this guy yet. Some fillers, recipe for them, crafting table, chest, gold gears, dandelion yellow, a landmark, and 2 ink sacks. So that's the filler. So, if you put the filler here, it'll pop up your landmarks and make it like this. Normally you would run around and go get your landmarks, but I'm not going to. So, sorry if I'm lagging a bit. Right now, I'm rendering part 1 of this spotlight and episode 12 of our Let's Play. So, if I put this redstone energy cell right next to him, he should supply power. As you see, he's not supplying anything yet because he doesn't need it. But if I hack in some bricks, why is it slabs? And some glass. So here's the first filler pattern I'm going to show you. So if you go into the filler, you use your bricks and glass. The first pattern I'm going to show you is the flatten pattern. So you put your bricks like this, and then your glass like this. And there's really no way to tell what these things mean. You just got to memorize these patterns. And usually, just in case, you like to it's good to throw a few blocks in, because it'll fill in areas like this that it needs to put stuff in with blocks. So currently this guy's draining. He should be running. Why don't we go check it out? Huh, zombie in leather armor. That's interesting. Sand not good enough. Let's see if I throw some cobble in there. get a bunch of stone. Yeah, so if you don't supply it stuff and it needs to fill in an area like this little spot right here, then you're going to need to supply it some blocks. Something's in the way over here, like our little zombie friend, and some sheep. Ah. Rawr. So I'll be right back once this part, or not. Oh, it's working. Now it's filled in that area, and it's starting to flatten out the land. How cool is that? So we'll have some perfectly flat terrain. And then, let's say I want to get a new stone house out of this. So I'm going to put a bunch of stuff in this inventory. And grab all this smooth stone and prepare it. And stick it in here. Cool. Now, so what we're going to have to do is actually break the filler. And replace him. Actually, not yet. So, now that this land is flat, why don't we build a little house on it? So, let's say I want the house to start here, go to here, and you actually don't have to use the lasers. I usually like to, but for this, I don't need to. So, we got the 3. I could just click on this now, but instead of doing that, we're going to tell it how high we want this house. Yeah, maybe only to there. Or how about 1 higher maybe? There we go. So, if I stick a landmark here, and now click on this one, and you want to click on the one that connects to all the others. What'd I do wrong here? Okay, that must be a bug. You might need 4. Usually you don't. Alright, but you'll get this little boxed in area. And then you place your filler down again. And it'll pop off all the landmarks. And that's going to be the area for our house. So if I throw all the smooth stone in there. And then here's the pattern we want to do it like this. Bricks like that. We'll just, or stone like that. So as you see, it builds the house. And all we gotta do is break in. And there we go. Grab some torches. Cool. So that's the filler. So now let's say I'm gonna stick some not complicated, but we'll just call it a complicated piping system in this little house. So, and let's say I don't want to, like I want to be able to move this whole thing somewhere else. Well, that's why we have blueprints. So I'm going to get rid of our filler here. And let's actually move this inside. Let's say I just want the piping system, not the actual house. That's good enough for me. And let's even put some conductive pipings here. And maybe an obsidian pipe just to show something off. And some wood waterproof. And an obsidian. So this, let's say we have our complicated piping system. So let's set up this. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Oh well. Maybe I do need to use the lasers. I don't know. What the? That's weird. There we go. So we got that. Now if we grab ourselves an architect table. I don't know if this guy requires power, but we're about to find out. Place him down. He might. Yeah, that's weird. Here, let me try this again. Using the lasers on the landmarks. So. Now we'll try it again. Landmarks. Lever. So landmark with the lever. So throw that there. And then, oh, I see what the problem was. I need to put this guy here. Then turn off our lever. Or just break it. Whoops. There we go. Now we've got that. So, our architect table right here breaks all that off, and we've got this whole area. So now, what we need to get is a blueprint. And I'm actually going to grab one of these guys because they're pretty cool. So if you grab a blueprint, which is crafted like this, and stick them in your architect table, and you can also name him piping. Sure. So it just takes time, no power, and we get a blueprint for piping. Now let me go show off the blueprint library. So the blueprint library is a really cool block. So it shows every blueprint you've ever made. And so let's say piping. We can actually like take this guy and like you can write other plans on blueprints onto there, or you can take an existing blueprint and just like stick it in there, which will add it to the memory of the blueprint library. All blueprint libraries throughout the world are shared, and even with this, there's even ways you can upload your blueprints online. But here's the thing: you could like take a blank blueprint and add a certain thing to it. So perfect. Next machine we need the builder. So where do I want to put my complicated piping system? Right here sounds like a good area. So what you gotta do is supply this guy with a blueprint. If I turn off any eye really quick, it tells me exactly what I need. So I throw that in there. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. And now all he needs is some power. And go, little builder. Am I missing something? He should be emitting power. Do you need to clear the area for this machine? Huh, that's interesting. Why is he not running? He's draining power, that's for sure. So maybe I do need to clear this out. Whatever. If I can't get him to work, I'll just explain how he works. He should work for you guys. I'm probably doing something wrong. But a little robot, like in the quarry, will appear. And he'll build the item for you. So in this case, it would be our complicated piping system. And so yeah, that might... And Buildcraft has its... or it should have its own creative tab, if I can find it. Yeah, there it is. Oh, something else I do want to show you guys is the assembly table. Let's get that and some lasers set up in our little house right here. Or I'll just show you how it works, and I'll show you a few of the gates. That is going to be cool. Gates are really fun. So assembly table, and then you stick lasers on the roof. Whoops. Ah. So let's get 3 lasers. And they need power. So let's grab our redstone energy cell. And for now, I'll just hook one up to each. So, what we're going to do is throw a stack of redstone in here. And it tells you what you're allowed to make with just redstone. So if I highlight the redstone chipset, you see the lasers turn on, and once they get to blue, they're working at full speed. Now you do need to supply this guy a chest to output his items into. And then once we get a few, I'll show you how to make gates. So this is the basic gate. I don't need you actually, but so the recipe is just a redstone chipset in the assembly table, and it tells you how much power it takes. And there's iron ore gates and ore gates, and then my personal favorite, we have the autarkic gates, which the autarkic gates actually take. So this is what they take: a redstone iron chipset, which is like this, and these all these recipes are in the assembly table. A gate, which I showed you how to make, and a pulsating chipset, which is a piece of redstone and an ender pearl. So this guy will also keep going until he has no more work to do. So if I deselect that, he'll stop. So gates and pipe wire. Let's just grab some red pipe wire, because that's the most commonly used for this part. And so if I grab an autarkic, let's grab an autarkic iron and gate, which the recipe for it is autarkic iron ore gate. Oh wait. No, so pulsating chipset iron and gate, which is that. And actually it's that. And red pipe wire is made just like that in the assembly table. So something cool autarkic gates can do is if I throw a bunch of smooth stone in here, for example, and set up a wooden pipe, so let's say we want to transfer this, but we don't really want to do a redstone engine. And you could just use a normal autarkic gate. You don't need a autarkic iron and gate for this purpose, but whoops. So you put the gate directly on your pipe. So if I put this pipe back down, so you open up the gates interface if you click on it with stuff. And you see, so let's say redstone signal off, which isn't a condition apparently. Yeah, there we go. Then energy pulsar. And as you see, we should start getting smooth stone pulled out. And as you also see, this line is red because the redstone signal is off. But let's say we don't want to do anything right now. So, that's why we're going to get an iron AND gate. Just a normal iron AND gate for this purpose. And these gates detect the inventories too, by the way. They detect a lot of stuff, and it's really pretty cool. So, this iron AND gate, we're going to say if the inventory is empty, if there's space in inventory, then emit. That redstone signal is the only option right now, but if I put a red pipe wire on here, you see it goes on the pipe, and I can actually just connect these guys up. And now an option is to emit a red pipe signal. In this guy, I can say, when you're receiving a red pipe signal, then energy pulsar. So when this chest fills up, it'll actually stop pulling items out. Oh, and by the way, the assembly table recipe, I never showed you that. Pretty expensive. And then the lasers, yeah. And you don't need 3 lasers, you could actually go with just 1, but the more you have, the faster everything will run. Let's check the creative tab really quick and see if there's anything else I want to show off. Oh, facades. Sure, we'll do, these are all the extra biomes ones. Let's get, sure, diamond ore facades. The recipe for those is the block plus 3 cobblestone structure pipe, which is gravel and a cobblestone transport pipe. Facades are just a really nice way to hide your piping. So you could have it like this, and there's this whole complex piping system, and you can only place these on pipes, by the way. So we have this whole complex piping system, but you can't see any of it. It just looks like diamond ore. Pretty cool, huh? I think so. And the last thing is that cobblestone structure pipe that was part of the recipe for the facades. Cobblestone structure pipe, if I throw my gate on there, it's pretty much just a pipe for gates, and also something else cool you can do with cobblestone structure pipes is, let's say I have an energy line, which all my energy pipes are in the builder over here. Let's say I have some energy pipes and some transport pipes. And let's say I want to be able to detect if there is energy in this redstone energy cell. So, I set this up, or let's say if it can store energy, then emit a red piping signal. Whoops, I need to put a piece of red pipe wire on there. Emit a red pipe signal. And let's say I have a fuel line. Where are my waterproof pipes? Or let's just pretend this is a waterproof pipe connected to a tank for fuel, which I have some right here to simulate. I don't know where all my waterproof pipes went, but pretend this guy is pulling out of here. And actually, you know what I want to say? I do want to get a liquid pipe, waterproof pipe. Stone. Actually, wooden. So, my wooden waterproof pipes. We can just hook him up right here. And let's say this is full of fuel, and it's going to go to our engines. But we only want to do it when this guy has room to store energy. So let's have some of these guys coming over here. So let's say we have our engines right here, and they'll turn on. So this guy, this gate right here, when he gets a red piping signal, and he would normally be in our target gate, but let's say he'll get a red pipe signal. I'm not even going to simulate it really, but so the red pipe signal comes all the way over here, but these guys won't connect to each other no matter what we do. So these cobblestone structure pipes, which are only good for this purpose, they don't really connect to other pipes, but they can connect red pipe wiring between two different kinds. So as you see, this gate is now getting a red pipe signal. So red pipe signal, then redstone signal. And if I grab some redstone, then we can see that this gate is actually emitting a redstone signal that could run to the engines. Or if this was an autarkic gate, it would emit an energy pulse. So guys, I think that wraps up my spotlight on the Buildcraft mod. It's a huge mod, and a lot of other mods expand off of it. So many mods use Buildcraft power, so it's very important to understand how that works. And most other mods, well, not most, but a lot of other mods add ways to better ways to create your Buildcraft power. So guys, this is Ethan from the EJ Modded Minecraft team wrapping up. I hope you enjoyed the spotlight on Buildcraft, and see you next time.